I'm back. Did you miss me? I know you did. It's okay. I have been so busy the past 2 days just with work and my girls, but that is no excuse to not glorify God. So let's get into it today. Today we're talking about 3 people and forgiveness. So we're talking about Linda Jane, Robert Rule, and Gary Ridgway, aka the Green River Killer. So Gary Ridgway was a prolific serial Killer. I don't know if I can say that. In the 80s, late 70s, 80s, early 90s, he recorded at least 48 bodies. And he got his nickname because the place where they found his first victims was the Green River in Washington State. So no one knew who he was until the early 2000s. Using DNA technology, they figured out it was Gary. And Linda was one of his victims. So Gary would go after like hitchhiking girls or sex workers. And Linda just so happened to be the latter of the 2 camps. And Robert was her father. And so we're in court. It's 2003. Gary is getting convicted, and all the families of all of the women that he took advantage of and, ended their lives early are yelling at him saying, "You're the worst. You deserve hell. You suck. I hope you die." All the mean things that you could say when you're angry at somebody. Like, we would all be sitting there saying the same things. Like, I wouldn't put it past me to do the same thing. And he just is no emotion, straight-faced, even smiling and laughing at some of these people. At their pain, enjoying it. He was sick. He's a sick person. And then finally, Mr. Robert Rule gets up there, and he's talking about Linda. Linda was his daughter. And in an interview after the trial, Mr. Robert talks about how he was broken. His brokenness, his failures, his faults, as a man and as a father, passed on to Linda. And he felt responsible for even putting Linda in that place in the first place, to where she was doing that line of work and came across Mr. Ridgway. He was very, 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 very broken about it. His own faults. And, as a father with 2 little girls, that hits hard. It's my job, it's my responsibility to protect them, to provide for them, to teach them right from wrong, to show them what's good in this world, to put them on a good path. And it's like, if I'm broken, how am I supposed to do that? Right? I think of it like a glass vase. I have a glass vase. If my glass vase shatters onto the ground, I drop it, it shatters. I can spend all the time in the world picking it up, trying to glue the pieces back together and put the vase back together. And maybe I could get all of the glass pieces, and put it all back together, but it wouldn't be the same. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be, it's different now. It's got cracks, it's broken, and I'm just trying to put it back together myself. And the way I look at it is my failures, my faults, my brokenness does not just affect me. It affects the 2 most beautiful little girls in the entire world. It affects them so much more than it would ever affect me. And it's how am I supposed to go about being a good father when I am broken myself, right? My vase is shattered. And, so Robert, he continues in the interview and he says, I found out that, God will forgive me. That God forgave me for my faults and everything I've done. And the way I look at it is that broken vase, it gets fused together by God. And he does it through the cracks, right? So the worst parts about you, the ugliest parts, the worst things about you, God uses that to fuse you and make you whole again. And he puts you back together, right? And all he asks for in return is that you do the same for others. If he's going to forgive you and fuse those cracks together, you need to do the same thing. You need to, like, what I've understood and what I realized, because I felt so guilty for so long, you guys, that I failed my daughters already, that they were doomed, you know, because of me, who I am, what I do, they were doomed for life. That my brokenness is going to pass on to them, and they're going to break their vases, and the cycle is just going to continue of this brokenness. And then reading Robert and listening to his story, I realized that's not how it works. My vase is going to break no matter what, right? I'm going to sin. My vase is going to break. And eventually, one day, my girls' vases are going to break. Everyone's vase is broken. Everybody's got a broken vase out there. And the point of it is that it's how you respond. Do you accept the grace that God has given you to put your vase back together and to show others that even though I'm broken, even though my vase is broken, God fixes it. He fixes it every time, no matter how many times I break it. He fixes it. And that's something Robert discovered. And Robert said when he was looking at Mr. Ridgway, when he went up there to speak to him, it was his turn finally to speak to him. He said, if God can forgive me, right? If God can fix my broken vase, how could I look at this man and judge him for his broken vase when God's never been around to put it back together? So Mr. Robert gets up there to the man who took his daughter's life. He took his daughter's life, and he says to him, Mr. Ridgway, a lot of people here hate you. They don't like you. You've made it very, very, very difficult for me to follow what I believe in and what God tells me to do. But I forgive you, Mr. Ridgway. You are forgiven, sir. And it was the only time, you can look it up, there's video of it. It was the only time in the entire court case that Mr. Ridgway showed any emotion. He started crying. He broke down and he started crying. So all the hate, all the negativity was a shield. It didn't affect him. But the minute someone forgave him and showed him love and kindness, it broke that facade immediately. He realized his vase was shattered too. So I want you guys to go out there and realize that, you know, I'm sure all of you have problems with people. I do. I'm sure all of you have relationships that are broken. I do. And throughout my life. But that you have to understand that God will fix those cracks. That your vase is going to break. Let God fix those cracks. Let him fuse it back together. Let him create a new vase. Through you, you show the world that even though you're broken, you can be fixed. No matter what. And it's only through God that you can do that. And all he asks in return is that you forgive others with their broken vases. You don't judge them. You understand, I'm broken, they're broken. They just haven't accepted the free gift that God gives them yet. That's the only difference between the two of us. I've accepted it and they have not. So shout out to Mr. Robert. That's like the hardest thing ever to do, dude. I don't know how you did it. You are an inspiration. You are a hero. To Linda, I hope you're in heaven partying it up. I cannot wait to see you. And to Mr. Ridgway, I hope that you repent for all the bad things you did, all that broken glass that you got, and you allow God to fuse it back together. So our verse of the day is Matthew. We're back in Matthew. I really like Matthew, if you guys couldn't tell. We're in Matthew chapter 18, verse 22. So I'll read 21 to give context. So then Peter came up and said to him, Lord, how often will my brother sin against me and I forgive him? And then Jesus said to him, I'll reread it. Then Peter came up and said to him, Lord, how often will my brother sin against me and I forgive him? As many as 7 times? Jesus said to him, I do not say to you 7 times, but 77 times. Forgive. Give it up. We're all broken. Forgive. They're broken. You're broken. It's okay. We're human. It's the point. It's the point. The point is to allow God to come in and fix it, right? Allow it. It's okay. Move forward with your life. Love them. Even though you don't want to, even though it logically doesn't make sense, love them. Move forward in your life. Show love to everyone you meet, your enemies, your friends, everyone. I love all of you. For those of you who watch these things all the way through, I genuinely love you so much. Like, this is therapy for me. The only reason I put it on the internet is A, because God tells us to share the good news, and B, like, the people who walk around while I'm doing these would think I'm crazy talking to myself into a camera and not showing it to anybody else. I don't want people to know that I'm crazy just yet. So thank you so much. I truly, 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 from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I love all of you. Hold the door for somebody. Forgive people that you haven't forgiven. Just let it go. I love all of you. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day.